The most difficult thing I've ever done was to believe that I can do it. When you don't know what's impacting you, and it's something that's holding you down and you're not aware of it. You live in a dominant culture that is designed to destroy your sense of self and your belief in yourself. And you have to learn ways in which you can begin to connect with this power that you have within yourself to handle where you are. The key is to be constantly in a perpetual process of discovering the truth of who you are and fighting constantly to look for ways in which you can escape the inner conversation.
Faith based on understanding is what moves mountains, and it will move any mountain. It'll change your life. It'll make your life be everything it's supposed to be. The doubt and the worry causes fear, and the fear causes anxiety. The anxiety is the fear being expressed. Whatever's impressed must be expressed. Well, when you impress understanding upon the subconscious, you develop an emotional state called faith. There's a feeling of strength inside you. You know that you're working with an infinite power that operates in an orderly manner. And so you move into a state of vibration called well-being. See, well-being's expressed, and that expression leads to acceleration. It picks up speed. Good things start to happen. It starts to get better. And you know what else happens? You start to attract things to you. You attract good things to you. And you know why? Because you're at ease. You have consciously and deliberately put every cell in your body into a relaxed state.
Faith is what makes movement into the unknown possible. And you need to move into the unknown because that's where you're moving. And because the unknown is unknown, because the future is unknown, you cannot step forward into the unknown without faith. It wouldn't be unknown if you knew it. If you knew it, it wouldn't require faith, but you don't know it. And so you step forward into the unknown future as a consequence of your faith in some principles. And if you love someone, if you fall in love with someone and you decide to marry them, you don't have the evidence at hand that that's the right person for you. What you have instead is the joint decision that come hell or high water, you're going to struggle forward together. And so you do have to throw yourself into the abyss to be married, just like you have to throw yourself into the abyss to be alive. You have to move forward in faith.
Believe in yourself and don't rely on anybody to believe in you. Don't rely on anybody to push you or make you better. Believe in yourself and only yourself, and allow that human being to make you a better person. Live your life with character, honor, and discipline. And if you live that way, I guarantee you, your goals and dreams will get accomplished.
Whatever you want to do, believe it, believe it, believe it, even if you don't believe. Play the game of belief. Act as if you believe. That is power. That is sheer power. And it will happen. Believe you me. No fool like me. It's worked in my life. It will work in yours. So never give up. Believe, believe, believe. I don't care if you're atheist or agnostic or anything. Believe, believe, believe.
So I think the greatest belief that we could ever have is our belief in ourselves and our belief in possibility. And I think that has to be earned. That has to be earned. You got to show up for you enough times where you have that belief, you earned it. It's not like you do something in one day. The person who heals from a health condition, who finally says, oh my God, I thought this could work for me. They show up every day. They're showing up every single day, because if they don't show up, then they don't believe it's possible. And they have to show up to prove to themselves that it is. And some of those people did their meditation for a year, and they earned that belief in that future. And of course, the effect was they had that moment that looked like, oh my God, that person just healed. Well, they've been walking the yellow brick road for the last year, and they never missed a day. And they'll tell you, the meditations I remember the most were the hard ones, not the easy ones, the ones where I had to sit with myself and I would not give up. Those are the ones that mattered the most because that's what got them to that point, right? It
Yeah.
was the overcoming process. Nobody wants to overcome.
No.
Amazon Prime just spoiled us. You just want it, right? But it's the overcoming process, that 95% that's programmed. That's what you got to dig deep in, and you got to become really conscious of it. And that overcoming process, the side effect of that is the actual becoming process. The body's liberated. Energy naturally moves to the heart. It's not like something that you have to do. The body's no longer tormented emotionally by the past. It's no longer habituated into the past. It's no longer believing in the past. Energy naturally moves into the heart when it's not in survival. It's where it should be going. And now we're ready to create. So it's important for people to understand that you always have to give something up from your past in order to create a new future. So change is about reminding yourself over and over again. Change is about the overcoming process. The overcoming process is actually the becoming process. And people all the time that heal in this work, they're doing their meditations. They're not doing their meditations to heal. They're doing their meditations to change. And they've discovered that when they change, they heal. So now, if you accept that as a new belief that when I change, my life will change. And you got to keep reminding yourself of that belief.
You got to keep saying
You got to keep reminding yourself, if I change, because this goes against the program. Like, when my life changes, then I'll change. That's the program. No. When you change, the experiment is, will your life change?
Yes.
Okay, so then now you attack the belief.
Yes.
It's not like, oh my God, this is something that's bigger than me. You attack the belief like, this is no longer serving me. Complaining is making me unhappy.
Yeah.
Living by this emotion, justified or not, is not loving to me. This is
Absolutely.
down-regulating genes. My body's believing it's living in the same event 24 hours a day if I feel the same emotion. Okay, well, let's change that. So when the person is taking on that belief, like if I change, my life changes. And I think most people try to create a new personal reality as the same personality. It doesn't work. We got to become somebody else. So if you took that on as the truth, okay, I got to remember that if I change, my health could change. If I change, my life could change. Okay, now it's a different game now. It's not like a have to. This is like, I want to change to see my life change, right? It's more of a want to.